Hey everyone, welcome to the Chris's Company's YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about what I'm actually planning to invest into starting my Amazon store. I'm going to be breaking down all the initial costs, everything from starting my LLC to ordering samples, getting my product started and selling on Amazon, so you can get a realistic idea of what it's actually going to cost you when you go to do the same thing. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I really want to stress here is that we're starting an actual business. This is not a get-rich-quick play. I'm going to be investing thousands of dollars into making my Amazon store the most successful store that I could possibly make it. Probably looking at a time frame of about a year or two before I start seeing recurring sales that really make this a viable business. I'm hoping to have $2,000 to $3,000 a month of net profit coming in after that time, and from there I'm going to expand my product line and release some additional products and ideally get this store really making some great money. Definitely keep in mind here is that the startup costs for an Amazon store can vary widely, depending on the cost of the individual product that you're having made, the shipping costs, which manufacturer you're using through Alibaba. All this stuff is definitely subject to change. What I did here is went on Amazon. I found a best-selling list. I had an idea of what kind of products I wanted to offer already. I was looking in the kitchenware and cutlery space. So I found some best-selling versions of kitchen knives and pots, pans, stuff like that. And then I went on Alibaba, found a couple of different manufacturers that are manufacturing cutlery, reached out to them. They were able to customize a set of knives. They were able to customize the box, change the handle a little bit. All these things are super important because they help your product stand out a little bit on Amazon. They make it look custom. They make it look like it's coming from a brand that you can actually trust. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. Is it's super important that we create an actual brand on Amazon that's trustworthy, that's reputable. Because when people go and shop on Amazon, they look around, they see all these generic products. A lot of it's junk. Most of it has no credibility whatsoever. If they can have faith that they're buying from a legitimate brand with a variety of products, you're way more likely to sell more of your individual products. Plus, if you get your company name trademarked, then you can also become a sponsor brand through Amazon, which again puts you to the top of the list. You're going to be selling way more. Compared to any other business, like the costs are just next to nothing. I started a real estate business a couple of years ago, and just to get a real estate license, you have to take courses, which cost money. You have to get the actual license, which there's dues and fees associated with that. It was around $2,000 to get a real estate license. Compared to getting a real estate license, you can get a bunch of product from a manufacturer on Alibaba, get them selling. Definitely keep that in mind as you're getting started. If you don't have a ton of cash, you still have opportunity to get a business going and start making money. So another thing that's super important to me is having a product that I can actually believe in and that I can have confidence in when I'm selling it. Like I said, we're going to be taking our initial product and then expanding it into 5 or 6 different products, all within the same sector under the same brand. This is going to go a super long way in allowing us to become a recognizable brand that has a good reputation. There's tons of competition on Amazon for all sectors. Most products have competition. So what's really going to set us apart here is having a reputable brand with high quality products, great reviews, frequent advertisements for our brands, across social media, on Amazon through their pay-per-click program. This is going to be crucial for us to become a successful brand on Amazon. All right, we've made it. Let's actually break down all the individual expenses that I've incurred so far as I set up my Amazon store. So the first thing that I did, just because I'm familiar with it, was actually to set up my LLC. This is going to be the umbrella company that houses my brand as well as any products that I'm going to create and maybe even future brands. It's the holding company. So I live in New York State, so through New York State's Department of State website, you go on, you search your LLC's name, make sure it hasn't been taken, follow all their steps, and I'll do a video on this later. And then all that's typed in, all that's set, ready to go, you submit it, and to file your actual articles of organization, the state charges you $200. So that was the first fee. Then you also have to publicize your LLC actually being formed for like 6 straight weeks or something within 6 months of the actual start date of your LLC. This I'm going to be doing at a later date. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to cost yet, but I'll definitely be sure to let you know down the road, so that way that's not something that surprises you. And the next thing that I did, and which is technically optional, but I would strongly recommend embracing this, is getting into your social media. So I spent some money buying lighting, a microphone, a tripod. I upgraded my old iPhone to the newest iPhone, so that way I had the best available camera. And you'd be surprised, like with good lighting, good microphone for good audio, you can make some pretty good quality videos, especially just starting out, just with your phone and some good lighting and a good microphone. So what this cost me was about $150, just because I set up my LLC before I did this step, so that way I could go and get a company credit card and a company bank account. I chose a credit card because I have another company credit card with the same, it's the American Express Amazon business card. I have another company card with them. They gave me a $100 gift card for signing up for another. So I put that towards the purchase of the lighting and the camera equipment. So basically cut everything in half. I spent $150 on this stuff that would normally be, $250 or $300 or so, because I also had some points on my card. So $150 for all my camera equipment. It's nothing. That's so cheap to be able to get your brand out there, get your name out there, get people to be able to recognize you and your brand and everything. It's going to make such a big difference because Amazon is just so competitive. We need to do everything we possibly can to get our names and our brands out there, and to make sure that they know that when they purchase from us, they're buying a high quality product from a reliable seller that's going to get them their goods, exactly as they want them. And there's going to be no issues, no problems. It's going to make a huge difference. So I would strongly consider that. And your next item is actually going to be your Amazon subscription account. So I pay $39 a month on your subscription. You can do the individual account where you pay per sale rather than the flat fee of $39. But I'm signing up as a company. I'm going to have sponsored brands and sponsored products and everything. So I'm just going to start it off so I don't have to go in and change it later. It's pretty cheap. So $39 a month. I'm also paying for $20 a month for Adobe Photoshop, and that comes with Adobe Premiere Rush, which is like a mobile editing software that they have. It's like the mobile version of Adobe Premiere. That way I can go ahead and edit any product placement items that I have. I can edit any videos for YouTube, social media. $20 a month, it's a great deal. I would strongly suggest it. There is free software out there that you can get for editing videos. There's iMovie for the iMac. A couple others out there, but I just wanted to have the Photoshop and all the other stuff built into one platform, and $20 is nothing, so I'm happy with that. All right, and now we're getting into the good stuff. So let me tell you my story about me ordering samples here, because this was my next expense. So I went on Alibaba. I was all excited to get started on my Amazon store. I hadn't even yet really decided on the specific product that I wanted to sell, or like whether I was going to private label or customize my own product, or just sell generic products on Amazon. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I wish I had taken the time to actually like find my specific product, do a little bit more research, listen to a few more YouTube videos about this kind of stuff before just jumping in, which is something that has worked for me in the past, but at this time it did cost me a few bucks. So I went on there, I ordered a bunch of samples in my kitchenware space, definitely like the space that I wanted to be in, but a lot of the products couldn't be customized, so that's going to do me no good as someone who wants to private label products. And then a lot of it, or a couple of them, were from like a wholesaler or a trading company, which means you're basically overpaying. Unless you're buying it right from the manufacturer on Alibaba, you're getting it through like a third party. The manufacturer is going to be selling it to a wholesaler or a trading company, and then the trading company is going to sell it to you at a markup. So you're buying it already marked up, So when you're on Alibaba, it is so important that you find an actual manufacturer, like a custom manufacturer. They'll say it in their profile in their description. You want someone that's been in business for at least multiple years. They have good reviews. plenty of orders. They have high revenue throughout, coming in from the United States and other countries. You can tell that this company does a lot of business, and, to this date, I've never been like ripped off or anything on Alibaba. They've all been totally legit. But these are just things to absolutely be careful of and be aware, because you are dealing with a manufacturer in another country. And, there's a lot of stories out there of people getting ripped off by fake manufacturers, scam artists, that kind of stuff. So you definitely want to be careful. But so I ended up buying like I bought $500 worth of samples, because I had to pay shipping on all of these products too. So $500 on samples. One of those samples is the actual product that I'm going to be selling. Like they're customizing it with my logo. They're going to be sending it. It should be arriving in the next week or two. And, I can't wait for that. But I have like all these knife sets and cast iron pans and stuff that, I have a rental property that I furnish. So I'll be able to use it in my properties, and they won't like totally go to waste or anything. But I definitely would have saved myself a few bucks if I just like put in a little bit more time and research before getting started. So it's definitely something to be careful of, and just to, check your expectations before, you take your next step, and just make sure that you're making the smartest possible move. Something someone said to me that I found really impactful was that you should run your business like you're broke, basically. I had a little bit of money saved up that I was able to spend on starting up my Amazon store and everything. So you spend according to the amount of money that you have a lot of the time. And you really want to act, especially starting a business, like you're totally broke. You're just trying to get by using as little bit of cash as possible. And that's really why, I use the gift card on my lighting and video setup and everything. Once I made that mistake with the samples, it was like a huge reality check. Like, that was so dumb. I can't believe I made a mistake like that, So totally be aware, of just getting caught up in the moment and making stupid mistakes. It's definitely going to happen to everyone. But watching videos like this and like all the other ones that are out there can absolutely help you make fewer and fewer mistakes while you're getting started. And that's really what counts. It'll save you money, and it'll totally save you time for sure. All right, so far we're about $900 in. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about my actual first order. So what I did, I worked out with the manufacturer to do a test run of 2 different products. My 2 products total with shipping is going to be about $5,500 to get here from China. A large part of that is shipping. Something that we're going to talk about a lot in later videos is the cost of actually shipping goods from China to the US. There's a few different methods that you can use, like you can send it on a container ship, you can send it by air, all of which are quite expensive, especially if you have a larger order or a heavy product. The cost can balloon out of control. The cost can a lot of the time be as expensive as the actual product or more. So we really need to be careful about that. A lot of items on Alibaba seem like a great deal until you realize that the shipping cost is going to double or 2.5 times the cost of that item. So it's really important that we make sure that we're keeping that in mind, and we don't actually like order a product until we have a sample made and then the shipping costs calculated in as well. And then product research, so we verify that we can sell it on Amazon at enough of a markup where it makes sense for us to pay all those additional costs. And plus, the shipping from China can take a couple of months, especially if it's on a container ship. So it's time, it's money. We have to factor all these things in. We're running a business, and we have to make sure that we're making profit on each of our sales, because we're going to have back-end expenses as well that we'll also discuss later. All right, so there is actually one more purchase that I do want to talk about, and that is Jungle Scout. Jungle Scout is a Google Chrome extension that you can purchase that does product research and analytics for your products on Amazon. This is what I use to make sure that the product that I want to start selling is going to be an effective product, good revenue. There's not too much competition out there. It's a little bit on the expensive side. I think I paid $150 for the first 3 months. Honestly, I did try and avoid making a purchase of any analytics software right off the bat, just because they're all a little bit expensive. But now that I have it, it is totally critical, and I honestly wouldn't buy a large order of a product without using the software first, just to confirm that the numbers all make sense, that there's not a ton of competition, that the revenue is good. It's really important. So I would definitely invest in that as well. So as a total now, I'm about $6,500 in between my two products that I'm going to be rolling out, all my ancillary purchases aside from that, and startup costs. So really not that bad if you think about it. Starting a business for $6,500 is a great price. And then if you wanted to just do one product instead of two, you could probably cut that in half and be right around $3,000. Even $3,000 is basically as cheap as it gets. So really consider that when you go to decide what kind of business you want to start. Spending $3,000 to get a bunch of inventory on your own Amazon store, working for yourself, being your own boss, pursuing financial freedom. I mean, there's just nothing better. So it's exactly why I decided to pursue it. And that's why I'm on here telling you that it's a great idea and I would totally suggest it. All right, everyone, so that's all the costs associated with starting up my Amazon store, plus a few other tips that I threw in there for you. If you have any questions about how I did this, go ahead and hit me up in the comments or reach out to me on my socials. Do my best to help you out in any way I can. If you can like my videos and hit that subscribe button, I'd be so grateful so we can get these videos out to anyone who needs them and who's starting their own Amazon store. I'm going to be coming out with a full-length video and a couple of shorts per week, so stay tuned every week as I document the lessons that I learned as I started my Amazon store, telling you realistically what it actually takes to start an Amazon store and have it be successful. So can't wait to see you on the next one, and thanks so much for watching.